Hello everyone, welcome to Coding Autos. So today we will see one LeetCode medium level question, which is to find all the duplicates in an array. So here the question is, an array of length n will be given to us, and the elements in that array will range from 1 to n. Okay, and each element will appear either once or twice, and those elements, as the length of the array is n, the elements will range from 1 to n, whether they will be repeated two times or just once. Okay, so this is the question, and the condition given to us is that it should run in big O of n time complexity, and the space taken should be constant. Okay, constant extra space should be taken. Let's see an example. As you can see, 2 is appearing two times, that's why it is in the um, output. We need to show all those elements in the array which has appeared twice. Okay, so 2 is appearing twice, we are showing it into the output. 3 is appearing twice, we are showing it into the output. Same goes here. 1 is appearing twice, we are showing it into output. Here nothing is appearing twice, that's why we are returning an empty list. Okay, so let's see how to solve it. So any first method which comes to our mind, that we need to find duplicates in an array. So if we want to find duplicate in an array, what we can do, first of all we can sort them. Okay, after sorting, this would take n log n time complexity. uh, it's okay, it is greater than this, but let's try this also, then we will see the next approach. We will first sort it. So all the elements starting from 1 till n will be in sorted order, and if they are repeated, um, they will also be in sorted order, like 1 1 2 2 3 4 4 5 6 6, like this. Okay, so we will initialize an array called as answer, because we need to return a vector. Then we will run a while loop from I to size of the array minus 1. Okay, then we will check whether our current element and the element next to it are equal or not. If they are equal, this means that they are appearing twice. Okay, so we will put that element into our answer and then increment the I by 2, because the next element will be the same element. Okay, so we will increment the count by 2. After incrementing the count by 2, again we will get a new element. Now that new element will again be checked that the next element to it is same or not. If it is same, then again the I will be incremented by 2. If it is not same, then we will just increment the count by 1 and not push that element into our answer list. Okay, so in this way all the elements would be taken care of, and the elements appearing twice would be added to the answer vector. Okay, and keep in mind that this loop will run till size minus 1, that is till second last element, because it has to compare with the element next to it. So if we are comparing, if we go till last and if we compare if we are at last position and if we are comparing with the element in front of it, there will be nothing to compare, and that's why you will get a segmentation fault. So that's why we are going till second last element, so that at the last position we can compare with at the second last position we can compare it with the last position. Okay, so this is the first method. Let's run this. Let's comment this out. Okay, okay, so there is an error. Run it now. Okay, so all the test cases are passed. Now let's submit it. Okay, so it is submitted, and now you see that it is beating only 34.55% of the users which they have which is solved, users which have solved in C++. Okay, now let's see the next method. You will see a significant difference. That earlier method, this was taking a time complexity of n log n. and log n and space complexity of order of 1. Now this method will take a time complexity of big of n because only one loop is there, and it will be taking a constant space, so just a big of one space and big of one time complexity. Okay, now let's see this approach, what we are doing here. So in this approach we will as you know that all the elements into the array will range from 1 to n minus 1 to n. Okay, so at each index we will see what element is present on that index. Hmm. And we will go to that particular index, which is I'll say once again, um, while iterating through the array we will see the element at each index and take its value. Okay, now that value should correspond to any index of that array. Okay, now as the array is ranging from 1 to n, okay, and our index would range from 0 to n minus 1, so the mapping would not be possible. So if the value in that particular if at that particular index is let's say 4, then we would go to index 3. Okay, if an element is 8, then we will go to index 7. Okay, so in this way we will take the value and go to that particular index having that particular value. Okay, if the value at a particular index is 4, then we will go to third index and see whether the that element is positive or negative. Okay, so if that element is positive we will make it negative. Okay, if we are making it negative, this means that we are at first time approaching that particular position. We are at first time we are encountering that position, that's why we are marking it as negative. So we have marked it negative. Okay, so next time if I again get value 4 at a particular index, then again I will map to the third index. Okay, 4 minus 1 is 3. Again I will be marked to a third index. When I will be marked to the third index, I'll see that the value is negative. So the value should be positive. If once the element has been reached out, the value should be positive. But since I am visiting it for the second time, the value is already negative. So I should return the particular index. Uh, that would be the answer. Okay, I would return the particular index value plus 1. Okay, because that element was index plus 1, and to find the index I have reduced the value by 1. Okay, so let's see the code, we'll understand it clearly. So I'm going from I is equal to 0 to the last index of the array, then I'm taking the element at that particular index out of it and I'm calling it value. First of all, I'm checking whether that particular value is positive or negative. Okay, if that particular value present at a particular index is negative, then I'll make it a positive. Okay, after making it positive, as I said, I need to go to that particular index. Okay, so here as the elements are from 1 to n and the index would be from 0 to n minus 1, so I am reducing the value by 1, and now this value will contain the index at which I have to go. Okay, so after that I'll check whether the element at that particular value or the particular index is less than 0 or greater than 0. If it is less than 0, this means that we are visiting that index for the second time, which also means that this should be included in our answer. So what we will include, we will include that particular value plus 1 into our answer list. Okay, why value plus 1? Because we have decremented the value by 1 to find the index. Now we will increment the value by 1 to find the actual value which has been repeated twice. Okay, so we will push the a value plus 1 into our answer vector, and if the value at that particular index is greater than 0, which means that it has been visited for the first time. And if it has been visited for the first time and it is positive, so we have to make it negative. Okay, so here I am making it negative, multiplying it by -1. After multiplying it by -1, I'll increment I. Okay, anyways I'll increment I whether any of the if condition or else condition gets executed. Okay, so next time if this value is encountered and nums of values encountered, it would be negative. Okay, it would be negative, and this would mean that we are visiting it for the second time, and that value will be printed. Okay, so this is about the second code. It would take uh, big of n time complexity and big of 1 space complexity as it is mentioned over here. So let's run it and see what has improved. Earlier it was 38% we have beaten. Now let's see how much percent. Okay, so here 94% of the users we have beaten who are using C++. Okay, so this is all about this code. We have seen two approaches today. So hope you understood it. I'll put the solution into the comment section into the description box, or I'll give a link to my GitHub account. Okay, so you can see the code over there. That's it for today. Thanks for watching and bye bye.